Hey, this is Julia Brennan, and I am so excited for you all to hear my song Unblame. I hope you like it.
Gets placed on someone I know. It's a game we play. Looks like you won. 'Cause I can't unblame you. Take you out of this place that we're in. Wish I could unblame you. Take you back to before I gave in. Wish it was out of my head. All of this mess, but I can't undo what you said. I can't unblame you. Take you back again. But the blame gets placed on.
I love that.
So good. So good. And something I just noticed there that I didn't notice when I was first listening to it. I listened to this song a few times just to take some notes to chat about, and the snare cuts through so nicely there. Again, I'm like, they must have boosted those high frequencies. Dun, 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 ka, dun, dun, dun. It's so nice. It's not too hard hitting, which is nice as well for the kind of genre, the pop, electronic pop, electro pop. It just does so well with that snare. And for me, what I took away from this song is the songwriting is so good that you could have taken the instrumental or the final song in about 100 different directions and it'd still be a good song, just because it comes down to melodically, lyrically, it's fantastic.
Yeah, foundation is
this
strong.
could be a rock song. Yeah, it's got a solid bass to it, which I'm really glad they took it this direction, because it just, for me, it's so emotive when you have that kind of ambience going on. And obviously, like the lyrics, the first lyrics, it stays like this. I wish I could forget everything that we shared, and it stays like this. I'm doing my best to unremember how I cared. Sets the tone of the song straight away. The lyrics are so sad but so beautiful at the same time.
Cuts deep.
So it does straight away. You're like, okay, fair enough. I don't know where this song's going. You cut me real deep just now.
Cut me real deep just now.
But for me, the thing that I take away from it is how good the chorus is and how good the production on the vocal is. I'd love to know the vocal chain. It's one of those. I'd love to watch like the pass by pass of every track, just from whoever produced it, because it's, or whoever mixed it, I should say. Just the vocals are so clear, and it doesn't fight with any of that. There's a lot of reverb in this song. It doesn't fight with the reverb, which is a common issue that we hear a lot of. But I thought it was, what a great song. It's balanced really nicely. Like the whole, I can almost like follow it with an EQ. Just like as I'm hearing it, I'm like, wow, everything is there. Everything is in the place that I want it to be in when I'm listening to it. I love how the kick and the bass kind of work with each other. They both kind of cushion each other. When one's going like crazy, the other's right there behind it. And they kind of like weave in and out of each other really nicely, and they work well together. And the best kind of compliment I can give, that I listened to this song on these headphones, my Yamaha HS5s, and just Apple AirPods, and they sounded just as good in every single one of them. So no matter where you listen to it, it sounds great. Just one of those things that kind of gets overlooked a lot, but when you look at it, when you listen on different implements, like we just did an episode with Dave Darlington. If you haven't listened to it, go back and watch it. The guy is incredible. He said when he mixes, he will always just switch the monitors to listen onto like an old Japanese speaker that he bought in like the 1980s. Yeah. He's like, if it sounds good on that, it's a good mix.
Yeah.
And he is not wrong. And another thing I just wanted to say, just to create the emotion of the track, at the beginning you can hear like the hiss or white noise of the preamp, or it's either that or vinyl crackle that they've added in the background, which is really nice. I know that you touched upon this as well, Andy.
Yeah.
But it's so huge when adding character and emotion to a track, adding something like that, and it's so simple. Just add that kind of the hiss of the preamp, just so you know something is coming, that
Something's
it's
coming.
going to blow your socks off.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's definitely a preamp, I think.
I mean, it sounds like it. It sounds like the hiss of a preamp. But I know that there's like plugins now that you can recreate the hiss,
the white
and
noise
the crackle
and
of
stuff.
vinyl, or like how tape kind of emulates and goes round. But great job, you guys. Julia, banging track.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was just a really solid electropop ballad, and a lot of respect for the sound design as well, because the song, I mean, you've already mentioned, so I won't go over it, but the song is an absolute like foundational, like a solid foundation to build on, and I really like the sound design, all the different kind of synths in the background, all the kind of moods that were created from the different choices were really good. I thought the melody, I think for me, overall, like you always with a ballad like this, it's always down to the vocals and the lyrics to move you and to tell you a story and to get you in the singer's headspace. And I love the vocal melody. I've said it numerous times on the show that intervals are where the hooks are for me. So I love the da 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 da. So you can hear the da,
So
da.
octave jumps.
Like you can hear
Yeah.
the intervals there, and it's like that kind of thing. Instantly, I guess it might just be me, but I'm sure a lot of people will relate. Like when they hear that kind of interval, it's those elements that stick for them that they are then able to hum 5 minutes later.
Definitely.
Always one of my tests when I write a song is if I can't still hum it like 10, 15 minutes later after I've sat it away, then it's probably not a strong enough song. And that's always a little cheeky test that I do. And I think this would have passed that 100%. And yeah, the lyrics were coming deep, Shrek. They were good. They were good.
Outstanding.
I think the key, like I can't unblame you, is quite like powerful in itself. Like obviously all the lyrics are really strong, but that one line for me, it tells you the whole concept of the song in that one line, which is, I was in love with you, something went wrong, and like, I can't unblame you for what you've done. It creates a
that
whole
other line
world.
there, that unremember how I cared, try my best to unremember how I cared, is such a unique line. And using unremember, which is not a word, but it is in this song.
Yeah.
And we all know what it means.
Yeah,
Really
so,
well
I mean,
written.
So, I mean, that kind of thing is very strong. I loved the strings in the chorus. So again, I'm kind of going back to sound design and that. The way that the strings came in at the chorus. So if you go listen to the full track, guys, because it is worth it. And you'll hear the strings come in and take you emotionally to that next level. It just lifts everything. Strings are a very emotive instrument in general. I think, you look back through the ages and strings are always part of the orchestra, when it's like they can, with the tremolo, create like the suspense, so they can create these lovely romantic legato movements. And I think bringing them in the chorus was a definitely good choice for me in this. And yeah, like the low end was so well mixed, like really nice sitting of the bass and kick together, which is so important for electropop. And yeah, like I just thought it was a really, really great song. And she has a definite artistic sound. So I'll definitely be checking out more of her material for sure.
And we'll definitely add these songs into our Spotify playlist, which we'll leave in the description, you guys, our Artist Spotlight playlist.
We will.
It's turning into one of my favourite playlists. Great playlist.
I put it on in the car the other day when I was on a long
Yeah, me
drive.
too.
and I was just going through them, and I was like, oh yeah, like I forgot that was from
I
season
remember that.
like I remember that from season 1, and yeah, they're all very different, but I like that, you know. So if you want a different playlist, because quite a lot of Spotify playlists are quite like samey, you know, they all quite like, some people write a song now to get onto a sounding playlist vibe, you know. So
Exactly.
I quite like that it's different. So yeah, so thank you very much for sending, and if anyone else is listening and wants to do the same, you can send us a track just like Julia did to submissions@songwriterslounge.net, and we check out everything that comes our way, and you know, we'll give you some feedback 100%, and if you make the show, then brilliant, we'll promote you through and through.
Exactly.